Hi guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back. So today I'm just doing a quick, or maybe not quick, it might be a really long video. I might have to do it in two parts, I'm not too sure. But talking about my whole fitness journey basically from like when I was 5. I'm not saying my fitness journey started then, but you know what I mean? Like my weight, my eating disorder, like all my struggles up until right now. So I've made a few notes just because I don't want to fall off track, but I haven't really, I'm not too sure in what kind of timeline I'm going to go, but we're just going to talk and just wing this video. So let's jump straight in. Okay, so most of you guys might already know I wasn't born in Australia. So I came here when I was, I think, 3.5 or 4. So the earliest, well, I need to probably look in my notes because I will not remember. Cool. All right, so because I am from Europe, I don't think what my parents cooked was very like you know, carby or fatty or anything like that, but I think like Serbians love to eat bread with their meals. I think that's like our staple food. Correct me if I'm wrong. So everything's fine, you know, like you're 4 years old, you obviously don't know anything. So to eat, and like my mum cooked a lot of home meals, like spinach and just like healthy like broth and all that. So everything was always healthy, and my parents don't actually really like, you know, like junk food, or my parents don't like eating takeaway or anything like that. They're very like old school European, so they just weren't into that. So I think the first time that I experienced some sort of like body image or food related issue was maybe in year 4, I think. I can't remember how old you are then, but you know, you're doing PE, that's when you're like becoming aware, like the boobs are growing. I don't know, I think year 4. And in my primary school, I remember in PE we had to weigh ourselves. Now when I think about it, like I just do not think that's normal. Like, why are you making primary school kids weigh themselves? And I remember like being so stressed out because I wasn't like an overweight kid, but I had, maybe I technically kind of was a little bit heavier for my age and height. If I find photos, I'll throw them in randomly. But obviously like the girls I hung out with, they were like skinny. Like that's just what you refer to as skinny, you know? And I was just a bit more, you know? And I weighed probably like 7 to 8 kilos more than these girls I was friends with. So, because I already knew, because I weighed myself at home. So when the day came to weigh ourselves, I pretended that I did, and like we had to go write down how much we weigh, which I just don't understand. What is the point of this? Like, I don't know why that was a thing. Anyways, I wrote down, like, I think that was when people were like 35 kilos. Maybe that was younger than year 4. I don't remember, but I remember people being like 35, 37, and I was like 42. So I wrote like 38 because I remember that so clearly. Anyways, like the girls I was friends with, everyone was like thin and wearing like denim short shorts and all that stuff, and I don't think I really did, but I still wasn't really aware of eating. Like I just kind of thought I was like that, and I'd never even thought about not eating. I just would eat, and then my meals at home were healthy, but at school I would like my friends would buy me something from the canteen, because like I said, my mum always cooked for me and she didn't want me to be like consuming crap, you know. But I always would like sneakily eat stuff. I remember in one of like an old house, the way my parents would sit and they'd be like watching the TV that way, our kitchen was behind. I would literally sneak from my room so quietly, open the cupboard so quietly, and like it would take me like so long. I would like pull out a packet of chips so slowly and go to my room and eat it. And I don't think I was very active. Like I was playing netball at one stage, but I think I was just like consuming a lot of snacks, like secretly, without people knowing. And that's probably how maybe that's why I was a little bit heavier than the other girls, but I also don't think I really had a fast metabolism. I wasn't one of those kids that could just eat. Like, I've had friends who would just eat so much and never put on weight, but now a lot of these people are like a little bit more, like they've put on a bit more weight, so their metabolism isn't as fast anymore, you know. So anyways, that's primary school. Year 6, maybe, I think I was, obviously I was still a little bit more than some of the girls, but I don't think anyone really cared about that stuff then. I remember actually this one boy in year 6 or year 7 making comments saying, "Huh, Sarah and whatever, you guys are like chubby." And like, oh my god, that killed me, because that's when you're just like, you're becoming like a girl, you know. But obviously I still didn't diet. I think in year 7, like obviously we used to go on family camping trips and stuff, and then again some of my friends were a little bit thinner and I'd be so scared to wear bathers, and I'd always wear a shirt and shorts in the water. Like I could just never ever take my clothes off. But now, like, I don't care. Like, I'm not like super lean or anything, but I just don't care, because I've realized people don't care. You know, I went to the Gold Coast and like everyone's in bathers. Like, people don't care what you look like. And I think, so starting high school in year 8, once again, I was friends with girls who were smaller than me. I don't know if I was very aware of it yet. Like, I don't think I was focused on it too much, but I could tell. It used to kind of annoy me, knowing that like these girls are thinner than me. But I think it was when people started making like comments, you know, when someone would like compliment your friend and you're like, oh my god, why not me? And it's because you're, I don't know, I think just that's when girls are mean, and boys were like very mean actually. Like, I don't know why boys are mean to girls. And I think it's one off topic, I get freaked out about having like girls, like children, because you know what's going to happen. And I think kids are mean, like they're so mean. Anyways, in high school I was like, for breakfast I'd eat cereal, then for like recess and lunch I'd take like bars and like sandwiches, and started to become a bit more aware, you know, because like a lot of like the cool girls are like skinny, and you're just like, oh my god, like why aren't I like that? And like, you know, I had to wear a skirt and it was like up to my knees, and I would literally roll my socks up all the way to the top just to hide my legs. And when you like sit down, like when you like cross your legs, you know how like obviously like when you sit down, like things kind of like expand a little bit, and I'd be like, oh my god, like I'd be like covering my thighs so people don't see. And I had stretch marks as well, and I just remember like hating that. And PE, I freaking hated PE. I would always be like, I've got my period, like I can't, my stomach hurts, like, oh, now when I think, like I would never do high school again. And it wasn't even that bad compared to some people's experience, so I would just never do it again. Anyway, I think it was maybe like year 9, year 10 where I'm like, oh my god, like when you have like casual day to school and stuff, where I'd be like, I can't wear those things. Like I can, but like, oh, you know when all like the thin girls would wear like skinny jeans, and they're just like, so like their leg was literally my arm, and that's what I wanted. And then I started going to the gym, and I wasn't really obsessed yet. I was just still eating like whatever. And then I remember this one girl saying like that I'm fat. Oh, and I cried. I remember crying. Like, I just, if I did go back to high school, I would just do things so much more differently. Anyways, because all that stuff does not matter. The cool people are not cool after high school, let me just tell you that. So I think I became very, very aware of it in year 10. That's when you're 15, 16, I think. And I just started working out. Like I'd go for a run, and it was fun. It was just like in a healthy way. Like I would go for a run. I started Googling like bodybuilding blogs. And I've spoken about this stuff in some of my other videos, but I would just like Google them and I'll start reading them, and even in class I would just be reading these bodybuilding blogs. Like instead of paying attention to the teacher, I'd be just reading on what to eat. And I started going to this gym that was very bodybuilding focused, and I just really got like, I remember having this birthday, and like, you know how school finished at 3 and the birthday was at 6, so I'm like, okay, I have to go to the gym. And I like rushed the gym, did like 20 minutes. Like I went to the gym for 20 minutes just to get in a workout before going to that birthday. At that birthday, I didn't drink, I didn't eat, as in like drink, like I didn't even drink a Coke, nothing. Because I was very like, okay, no salt, no white bread, no white pasta, no sauces, no spices, no drinks that aren't water. Like I cut everything out, and I saw so much progress. I dropped 10 kilos in 3 months. But the thing is, I wasn't under eating. I was probably eating like 1700 calories a day, and I was going to the gym for an hour, but like I didn't feel like I was hungry. Like I'd eat every morning 2 eggs and 2 pieces of toast, and then like my recess would be an apple and a tuna. My lunch would be like chicken and broccoli or like brown rice, and then I'd come home and eat dinner, whatever my mum cooked. I'd go gym, and every day after the gym I would eat oats. I don't know why. I had like cold oats, like cold milk and sultanas, and that is quite energy dense. Like that's what I mean. So I was not starving, but I was very, very strict. So I'd never eat out. If I did, we went to an all-you-can-eat thing for a birthday, which cost $32. And it's all you can eat. And I ate 1 plate, and I got a little bit of fish and a little bit of veggies. So I paid $32 for that. So yeah, that was like my life for 3 months. And even then I'd look in the mirror and I thought, oh my god, like I still look the same. But that's some people like, oh my god, like you're looking so much better. And you know, like you start to think like, oh, like people like me now because I'm thinner and I'm looking better. But then obviously when you are in high school, you experience like drama, heartbreak and all that, you know, stupid stuff. And I did experience that in probably the end of year 10. And all I ate was a muffin, right? A muffin. And I went crazy. Something in my brain was like, I don't know, something switched. And I ate like you know, like a Cadbury block, which is like, I don't know, that big. I ate half of that. So I think that's like 6 lines of chocolate, and I think each line has, is it 4? I don't know, but it was like obviously 4 servings of chocolate. And I was like, oh my god, what is wrong with me? Like, start tomorrow. And we had a treadmill, and I would literally wake up at 6 in the morning while being in year 10 or year 11, whatever, go on the treadmill for 20 minutes. My eyes, I'd be like this, and I'd be like walking, like sleeping and walking at the same time. Or at 6 in the morning I would go for a run in my neighborhood, which wasn't really smart because I was really young. Why am I running around outside at like 6 in the morning in the dark, you know? And I would do that, and I don't think anyone really noticed that, because I was just good at hiding it. Like obviously, like I didn't have a job or anything, but if I'd have $10, I would use that $10 on like, I'd go to the deli and buy like 4 chocolate bars. And I remember the lady at the deli said to me once, oh, I hope you're not eating all of this. And I'm like, no, I've got friends coming over. I went home and ate all 4 like bars in a one sitting, and I was so sick, and I was like, what is wrong with me? Tomorrow, start again. Went to the gym. My gym was like an hour away from my school, so I'd catch the train into the city, do a workout. I would go buy a freaking jar of Nutella and eat it with a spoon. Do you know how sickening that is? And I felt disgusting. And I'm like, okay, start tomorrow. And I didn't understand what was happening. I would just be like, what are you doing? Let's start again tomorrow. But obviously at this point I started to gain a bit of weight, because I went from eating obviously so strict to just having these like binges. And that went on for months. And then I noticed like, oh, I'm putting on weight again. I'm like, crap, what do I do? And then there was this like T-Tox back then that was like a hype. So I bought that. And I'd drink that for like, oh, I remember like drink. So at night was obviously the detox, I think. I'd wake up and I'd be in the toilet and I'd go to school and I'd be like, oh my God, like I have to go to the bathroom. And I'd be having these like cramps in my stomach, like cramps. And obviously like you're dehydrated, you know, you're having like diarrhea in school because you're drinking a detox to lose weight. Like I can't, I don't know when I think about it now. And that would go for 7 days. And then I would binge eat again. I would eat like, I don't even know what, but like anything in the kitchen when people didn't see me. And I remember being at school and I saw this girl with like a Kit Kat bar and I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to go home and binge eat. And then I'd be like, okay, it's Monday, start again. And I bought these tablets. I just can't, I was at like a chiropractor and I just like went up to they were selling those Garcinia Cambogia tablets, which were like weight loss pills. Oh, and I bought that and I was drinking that in year 11, I think. I was 16, 17, and I was drinking these tablets that I thought will suppress my appetite. And then I remember like, I didn't really abuse laxatives, but I was like, okay, I'm going to take one laxative, I'm going to get everything out of me, and then I'm going to start again. I'm going to be cleansed and I'm going to start again. I'm going to go back to what I used to do. And that would last a few days, and then obviously that's when I would gain weight, and then people notice you gaining weight, and then people are like, oh, you've put on a bit of weight. And then you're like, crap, I've put on some weight. What do I do now? So okay, this whole video is like not even going on track because I'm just remembering all these things and it's blowing my mind. But there used to be this drink and it was like the Kim Kardashian cleanse. I don't know if you guys remember it. I think it came in like a purple bottle. Went to the chemist and I freaking bought this cleanse to drink. So I drank this cleanse, and then obviously I'm still in high school, but I get invited to birthdays and stuff, and I couldn't go because I'm scared. First of all, I've put on weight. There's no way I'm going to go anywhere and put on and wear something because I've put on weight. Second of all, there's going to be food. I've been to events while having this binge eating problem where I felt depressed because I want to binge but I can't. And I'm sitting there and I'm like dying inside because I need to binge. I just need to do it. So I used to just lie. I've lied to so many friends just to not go to events. And it sucks because it has actually like basically ruined a few friendships because of that, because I used to bail last minute because of this eating disorder. And it's unfortunate that some people don't understand, and I mean, fair enough, like, to be honest, fair enough, because you're not really being a good friend. Like, imagine bailing on someone's birthday. Do you know what I mean? So that's fair enough, but I was so obsessed. Like, I had to, like, I told myself, when you are thin, you're going to be happy. Like, I used to tell myself that, and I 100% believed I would be so happy if I woke up with this like skinny Instagram body. And it's bizarre because obviously when I've lost weight, I haven't noticed my happiness change. Like, I felt better, I felt healthier, but everything in your life stays the same. Like, the same people, you're still in school, you're still the same job, everything is the same. You're just getting smaller. Nothing is actually changing. People are complimenting you, but okay, you have a compliment, now what? Like, nothing, you know? So that's kind of what happened. And then it was just this cycle, literally detox, binge, eat clean, drink, I don't know, like some lemon juice cleanse or whatever. Like, it was just this cycle over and over. And people make comments because they don't get it. They're just like, I remember because I was this like clean eater in high school, this one girl was like, oh my god, like, I saw Sarah eat a sausage today, like a sausage sizzle. So clearly I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm meant to be that person that's like the clean eater. So then I would punish myself with a binge, start tomorrow, not eat. Like, it was just, school was hard. Like, that's just kind of what happens. And I think, like, if if you hang out with the wrong people, people who put you down. Like, friends aren't meant to do that. Like, friends aren't meant to tell you that you look fat or whatever. Like, you know, you just, it's really hard. And I've just realized that this video is 20 minutes long, so I'm gonna end that here, and I'm gonna make a part 2, and then I'm gonna explain how I went from unhealthy obsession of like exercise and binge eating and all that to now being like, you know, like mentally healthy with food, not being obsessed, and how I managed to like, you know, like drop my fat and get a bit more like fit and healthy. So I'll do that in the next video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one, and I will talk to you guys soon. See ya.